oh my god, I want to blow my brains out. I literally hate the animals. Like, just cows, like, everywhere, and I just don't like them. Where did they put the wood? Nighttime is not a weather. It is a time. Unrailed is this really fun, cute little pixely game about building a train track. That's the whole game. You're just building a train track, and the level keeps moving to the right? So you have a train, it's going, and the train doesn't stop. So you're building tracks. The way you build tracks is by grabbing two kinds of materials. You grab wood from trees and iron from rocks, right? In order to build the tracks on the train, you have a place to put the materials, and you have a place that automatically generates tracks if there's materials in the train. So one rock, one stone, or that's the same thing, man. One rock and one wood into the train. Now you have one track. You can put that track in front of the train, and you continue, repeat and repeat and repeat. On top of all of that, the train also overheats. So now you're taking water, and you're going from the river, and you're taking this little bucket, which is really hard to see, honestly, and you're like running around, and you bring it back to the train, and now it's not overheating. Okay. You're getting materials, you're preventing the train from overheating, you're making tracks, putting those tracks down, clearing out obstacles, and navigating to the station. But there's more. Because at the end of every level, you get one bolt. Up to every single level, you can get up to 3 bolts. 1 bolt for completing the level, 1 bolt for completing a challenge. We'll talk about that in a second. And 1 bolt that you can find hidden through the level. Every single round, there'll be challenges. So sometimes it's don't let your train go on fire. Sometimes it's keep your train on fire. Sometimes it's, only one person can chop down trees. Sometimes it's you have to only use a certain amount of track. So it varies from level to level. And that's it, right? Because there's more. On top of everything I just listed, there's enemies sometimes in each level, and sometimes just animals. And you know what's funny? I literally hate the animals more than the enemies, and I'll explain why. Enemies are little people, and they're very skinny and tall, and they just take up like one tiny little space, and they just waddle around. Every once in a while, they'll come over to like a piece of wood, and they'll shuffle away, and they'll take your wood somewhere else. But the animals are like gigantic. They're always in front of the train, always taking up space, and it's just like, why? Literally, like, there's just cows like everywhere, and I just don't like them, and it's very annoying, and it makes me upset. When you start the second round, that train gets faster. Every round, the train gets faster and faster and faster, and as you build up more and more bolts, eventually you can use those to upgrade the train, but there's a catch, because not only can you upgrade the engine of the train, which will eventually reset that speed, and we'll talk about that more in a second, you could also buy upgrades. There are literally so many ridiculous things you could put on this train, and oh my god, I want to blow my brains out, because sometimes it's ridiculous. For example, you could spend a bolt, precious bolt, on a lamp. And you literally have to consistently fuel this lamp with wood. It only works at night. By the way, there's weather too in this game. Snow, rain, thunder, dark. Nighttime is not a weather. It is a time. The weather part also is ridiculous, because then sometimes, along with it being bright or dark, it'll start raining, which will cool down the train, which is lit. But guess what happens after it rains? Now, sometimes it's humid, because there's so much rain everywhere, and it heats up the train, and then you have to put water on it even faster. But the way to get around that, like I mentioned earlier, was with upgrades. Bigger train storage for more materials, faster track building, bigger water tank so you don't have to refill it as often. Other things too, like you can put dynamite on your train and upgrade that dynamite to blow up tons of land, and you can get the lamp. You know who you are, getting a lamp. How horrible are you? How dare you? How dare you? So then we move on, right? We've gotten to the end of the level. Supposedly we've collected 3 bolts. We've navigated past 3,000 cows, our idiot friends, 2 rivers, and a million other stupid things. That is literally 1 round. And you keep going through rounds in the same kind of level. So in the first level, it's like a forest, right? Once your train gets fast enough and you decide to upgrade the engine, you go to the next level. And I'll only spoil the second and the third one, because those are the only ones I've actually even gotten up to. If you want them to be surprised, don't watch the rest of this video. Go play it, and then come back. I'll have a link for the Steam page down in the description. And it's cross-platform. You can play with the Switch too. Super duper cool. So, moving on. the first level is a forest level. The second level is a desert level, and you're like, okay, well, the desert part is probably just what, like hotter or stuff. A little bit, but also like it goes from like when you need wood, you would chop down a tree. Well, in the desert, you chop down these green plants. They're super overcomplicated, and then when you chop down the wood, sometimes the wood's green because it came from a cactus and it blends with all the other cacti, and you can't see it, and then you have no idea where the wood is, and it's just like, where's the wood? Then eventually, after all this, don't forget there's still animals, weather, overheating trains, finding materials, navigating over rivers, indestructible rocks, dynamite, animals. Did I say animals? I hate the animals. Doing the challenges, finding the hidden bolts, watching the train speed up, dealing with your idiot friends, dealing with idiot me, and then you get to the third level. And the third level literally made me explode with anger. You are in a snow level, and it's like, okay, well, what could be so... Well, oh my god, there's ice everywhere, which speeds up your player uncontrollably, and you're sliding like a little penguin. You literally have to walk back and forth through the snow like an idiot, because the only way to get rid of the snow is by walking over it. And I think you could use dynamite, but why would you use dynamite on snow? This game is so funny and bizarre. I can't explain how ridiculous it gets, especially like high stress games when you're playing with your friends, especially when they're so cute and fun, is like ridiculous. Whatever. Okay, moving along. One of the things I really loved about this game immediately right off the bat was the music. I mean, oh my god, talk about phenomenal music. And I can't explain it, but like I just start, like I'll be in a level and everyone will be like, Matt, we need to build tracks. We need to build tracks. And I just sit there and I'm just thinking about every single thing that's ever happened in my childhood, because for some reason the only thing I could think about when I listen to that music is my childhood. And it's not like a song or a TV show or a movie. It's just like song. It's just like music that makes my brain go. The music is amazing, and it does something so bizarre that I've never seen any other game do quite like this one, especially for a really fast-paced arcade game, let alone like, you know, if you're talking about like Grand Theft Auto, I mean, holy cow, they have like a whole orchestra for that. But the music fits so well with the theme. It's very, you know, fun, like chiptune, whatever. Other things about this game that are phenomenal, right? Hear me out. It's stressful. Why is that a positive? Because it's fun when it's stressful. You know, one of the things I hate most about like other games like Risk of Rain, and it's a great game, by the way, great game, but in the beginning it's just like very slow. The fun thing about Unrailed is when you're playing in the beginning, like you are cherishing those moments of it being slow because you know it's gonna be hell. Something interesting about the games is you can only load from them once. So it's a one-time shot, you go as long as you can, and then it's over and done, you go back. There's so much at stake, there's so much going on. And when you're explaining the game to someone, like, the way I explain it to I have a friend, I was explaining it to her, and I was like, yeah, so like basically, you know, like, it's really simple. You just gotta get to the train to the other side. But the train doesn't stop moving, and, oh, be careful to get the bolts, and, oh, make sure you get wood. Oh, we also need rock, and make sure you put in this car, and then after you put in that car, get from the track thing, and put the tracks in front, make a giant pile, and stack them up, and it's like Minecraft, yeah. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, please email me at email. That's it for today. If you guys have any anything you want to ask, you have to be subscribed legally to watch this video. So I hope you did that. And that's it. More videos to come. I hope you enjoyed. Season 1 of Martino kicks off now. More rants, raves, and stupid crap coming down the pipeline. I hope you guys enjoyed. I see you all soon-ish. I don't know. What day is it today? It's like Wednesday, so I don't know, probably... What's after Wednesday?